Okay, we're back with they do anything for clout. I mean, absolutely anything. Like Bow Wow. He's at the nightclub, they're playing a song, Sierra comes on, you know, she's married, got her family doing her thing, and then he has to yell out,
I had the B first.
why did he have to do that? Like, what was that? That was some old Ray J, Kim Kardashian stuff, for real, for real.
Yeah, but at least Ray J had a hit within the last 20 years. When was the last time Bow Wow had a hit? Matter of fact, it's been since he first got signed, like back in the 1990s.
He's doing movies now.
What movies?
He's doing, remember he did CSI, the television show? And he actually has a movie coming out.
Well, the thing is that...
Okay. Don't hate, because you like Sierra.
No. I really don't care about either one of them. You know, I mean, I'm a fan of Sierra's, but I don't really particularly like her like I love Janet or Regina King or whatever. She ain't on that level to me, but what I'm trying to tell you is that the dude ain't had a hit in like 25 years. Yeah. And so, you know, basically he just trying to maintain relevance by hating on someone else. And that's the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, he didn't have to say that. And then they put a picture of Bow Wow and Sierra when they were dating, and he was standing on his tiptoes.
Yeah, Wendy got him. And Wendy's people are petty as hell, and they got him because they showed a picture of them when they were dating back in 2006, and that's how pathetic this is. He's referring, I had her first because they dated as late teenagers. Right. Yeah, so your boy, it's really pathetic because it was 15 years ago when he last dated her. Okay, so he's referring back to when they were teenagers. They're both about 30 years old now, and so why would you refer something back like that? But the thing is that the fact that the boy hasn't had. Oh, I'm sorry. The boy hasn't had a hit, and in order to compensate for his lack of relevance and his lack of size, he basically had shouted her down and basically hated on her. But what she got, he got caught because Wendy caught him. Went on the Wendy's Williams show. Got to give her credit. Her people found out and looked real closely and found out that he was standing on his tippy toes while he took a photo with her. But even when he stood on his tippy toes, he still couldn't reach the height of Sierra.
Oh, well, wait a minute. And there was like, we was looking at that crease in them Air Force Ones. It said his shoes was too big.
Yeah, exactly.
T.I. was super petty.
Yeah, I mean, he really got the little boy syndrome, and he's little in every way because this made him look little. He's physically little. He acts little. He's always trying to pump up himself like he did when he got caught, saying that he was flying commercial. When somebody, as soon as he posted it up, somebody saw him on a commercial airline and basically exposed him, blew up the spot. So this is the history of your boy. He's really pathetic, and this is why he needed intervention from T.I., which is an interesting intervention, knowing what his history is.
Well, wait a minute. How about somebody who was always clout chasing and has been super silent since they got out of jail? Soulja Boy.
Oh, wow.
Have you noticed how quiet he's been?
He's reformed. It's almost just like he got baptized in that jail, and he ain't saying nothing. I mean, he ain't doing nothing, and he ain't saying nothing. The boy.
So I'm wondering what really went on. Like, for him to come out like this, as much crap as he was talking about 6ix9ine for going to jail.
Exactly. And so what I'm just thinking that, he had Bubba as a cellmate, and Bubba had him, and Bubba handled him, and now he's quiet. I mean, he ain't saying nothing. Nothing. He got ghosted.
So do you think that Donald Trump was clout chasing for the African American community when he tried to get A$AP Rocky out? Or do you think he's really concerned about us?
Yeah, I think that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West shouted it out in his ear and told him that this will help with the black vote. Now, she would never say that publicly, but I guarantee that they had this kind of conversation. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. And so what I'm thinking is that when
Kanye needed that black vote, too.
Yeah, and so I think that what happened was that when Kim Kardashian was under the desk, giving him the giving him the Monica Lewinsky treatment at the Oval Office, is that she told him that this will help with the black vote. And so Donald Trump, knowing that he needs the black vote to win the next election, went ahead and said online on Twitter that he's ashamed of the Swedish government and that they let down the African American community. There's no reason to say African American community as opposed to American community, because he's supposed to be an American. So why would you highlight and illuminate the African American community? No, this is Donald Trump being the uncouth politician that he is. He's clout chasing for the black vote, and that's why he highlighted African American vote, and that Sweden let us down. Like as if we're let down. ASAP Rocky is in prison.
Right. You know, we was like, a lot of people was kind of doing the Cabbage Patch because of him acting like, what did he say? I can't relate to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, back in 2015, when Mike Brown was shot down and killed and murdered in broad daylight by former police officer Darren Wilson in a place called Ferguson, Missouri, which is right outside St. Louis. A little while after that, the Black Lives Movement was born, and it a lot of celebrities were involved. So naturally, somebody would ask, ASAP Rocky, what did he think about it? And he went off. He totally denigrated.
Lil Wayne said the same thing too.
Lil Wayne did, and thank God that Lil Wayne didn't go to Sweden, or else he'd be in the same predicament. But ASAP Rocky was the loudest in his denunciation of the Black Lives Matter movement, saying that he can't relate, that he has houses, and he lives in Soho and Beverly Hills, and that he's into his drugs and into girls' pants and into his music, and he can't think about anything else. That's his life. I can't relate. Well, now his detractors are saying, well, we can't relate either, because we can't relate to the fact that you're in prison because you can't relate to us. So they said, boy, bye. They said, bye, Felicia.
Okay, Clout Chaser number 4. Lala Anthony. Okay, I know that Lala and Carmelo are trying to work things out, and their son had this basketball game, and after all the trash that she talked in New Orleans at the Essence Festival about this Carmelo when he was caught with a family friend like Nicole Murphy.
She actually talked about it? Essence?
She got up there and did a girls trip and was like, I don't need a man, and we don't need a man for nothing, and everybody was rah-rahing her on.
Everybody was screaming, huh?
Oh yeah, that's how it came out, when somebody had to make a statement that, you don't need a man, and they talked about the guy that she was dating, that she dumped for Carmelo Anthony, that thought they were together, and he found out when he busted her walking into a room, and she said, I'm here with my man, when he thought they were still together. So they said, you get him how you lose him, boo. And I feel like just because they were both at the game with her son, she didn't have to take a picture with Carmelo.
No. Basically, what she was doing is, like you said, she was clout chasing. She was trying to get those approval ratings. She was trying to get those claps and those applauses.
Trying to show the girl, like, well, he's still going to be with me, with my son. That's what I think sometimes.
No. She went up there on stage and just basically lied. She perpetrated a fraud. She went up there on stage in New Orleans and talking about, I don't need a man, I don't need nobody, I don't need him, he's cheating on me. And then when she got back to the realization, when she got back to the real world, and this is when his stuff gets real, then she found out, okay, I still love this man. So basically, she perpetrated a fraud.
Yeah,
and then she
be in or out. Like, be in or out. I hate when the women go back and forth, because you have a fan base, you have the public, and then you have everybody like jumping sides going back and forth. When that's how we didn't feel sorry for Chloe at first. Because I don't even know if we still feeling sorry for Chloe, but we're not running back to Lamar, and then running back to James Harden, and then running back to Lamar, and then we were like, what are you doing? And then when she went to Tristan, we just threw our hands up and said whatever. So honestly, when the girl took her friend Jordan,
Jordan Woods,
we were kind of like, whatever, Chloe, like, you lose them how you got them. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You have the audacity after what you put that man's baby mama through to fix your lips and talk about getting what?
Yeah.
Girl, bye, girl.
Yeah, exactly. And, we know that, Khloe Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashians, they've basically been passed around like a blunt. Locker room sluts. And what the problem is here is that the fact it's different than, our girl Layla Anthony, is because Layla Anthony, we only seen her with one athlete. Kim Kardashian been Layla. Kim Kardashian been with half of the NBA. So I mean, what I'm saying?
But now she's a family woman, and she is trying to get our black men out of prison. So.
Well, that Chloe's not, but Kim is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. I'm mixing them up.
Yeah. Kim.
So all these K Kardashians, they should just be. I did not realize till the other day that Kim Kardashian's makeup line was called KW, K West, or something, KK West.
Oh.
And I'm Kim Kardashian West.
Okay.
I like that. Kanye need the proceeds.
Yeah, because he ain't making no music either. But at least
he got church on Sunday now.
Right. But at least he ain't. At least he's had a hit in a decade. I mean, Bow Wow. We don't know. Matter of fact, do you remember the name of his hit?
Who?
Bow Wow's.
I don't.
I don't either.
I really don't. I know he was signed to Young Money, and that's all I remember. I remember
and he still
the
ain't.
Mike movie. He was what, 5? And I remember him was following Snoop around, but I honestly couldn't be like, oh yeah, Bow Wow, yeah, I don't know. Shad Moss, I don't know. He tried the liquor line, it wasn't successful. He's tried a few things.
Well, he is let's not hate. He is the producer of Growing Up Hip Hop. So
that is his show.
Yeah.
Because he got to, you know what kills me is that I talked to the producer of the show with him, the guy from LA, can't think of his name right now, and I was like, how did the Atlanta people like you who live in LA produce a show about growing up hip hop Atlanta when it's all these people out here who are friends with all the people on the show, and yeah, you're producing it with Bow Wow? You from Los Angeles? That's Claudia's ex-husband.
Oh.
Is the producer with him. Yeah.
Oh.
Ex-husband. And he said Bow Wow was my neighbor. See how easy that is? That was the reason he got to produce with Bow Wow.
Oh, okay, I see. Well,
Wow.
That's how it rolls.
He brought it to him, and he did it. Oh, you know what? Maybe because the people in Atlanta probably wasn't taking Bow Wow seriously. Because we're looking at him as Little Bow Wow.
Right.
And then he went over here to this other person, and they were like, sure, I'll do it for you, Bow Wow, no problem. And boom, there he is, producer of a show.
Yeah, that's true.
And then JD has a new show, speaking of doing things for clout. But JD does have clout. Jermaine Dupri.
He
That's
does?
the difference. I think JD has clout. He's doing something called the Legend of Hip Hop in Atlanta. It's like coming on right after Growing Up Hip Hop.
Yeah.
So I mean, he did start So Def. He was a millionaire at 18 from learning from his dad.
Yeah.
He did create all of these groups. He's trying to be like the new Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
And he's clean. His daughter, we haven't heard no dirt on his daughter. So he's a good dad. JD got clout.
Yeah, JD, he's viewed well within the industry, and yes, he is the modern day Barry Gordy, because he has raised and created and cultivated several young acts such as Bow Wow and Da Brat and Escape and 112. So he has done a lot. I mean, he did the thing.
He did the thing.
Now, speaking of clout chasing, do you think that R. Kelly, former spokesperson, was clout chasing when he said, "I would never leave my daughter with him"?
Oh, he tried to change it though.
Yeah.
He was like, "I would never leave my daughter with
A pedophile.
And then he went back and said, well, I didn't say I wouldn't leave my daughter with R. Kelly, but if R. Kelly is accused of being a serial pedophilian, then what were you saying?
Right.
He tried to clean it up, but it was too late.
Right.
So he's like, oh, I had to back down for personal reasons. But I think that R. Kelly was probably like, man, what the heck are you doing?
Right.
What are you saying? Like, seriously? Are you on my side or their side? And I wouldn't be surprised if word came back that he actually got fired.
Yeah, and they tried to clean it up as well, saying that he's welcome to the team. He's anytime that he wants to be, and but the damage was done. As a matter of fact, the damage is done.
Tissue.
Yeah, here you go.
No.
Yeah, the damage is done because of the fact that he's already been indicted on the state and federal level. So the feds are supposed to be in possession of the videotapes that prove that he had sex with minors. So if they have that, it's over. Stick a fork in him, he's done. So it really doesn't matter what the spokesperson said, whether he said that he would leave his child with R. Kelly or not. It's a done deal.
Now, the only person out of that camp that's clout chasing are the sex slaves. And why are they clout chasing when we all know they have limited funds and it's going to hit an expiration date? So for them to do a video showing like, yeah, we still here, that our parents know where we're at, like,
It's an act of,
that's not cute.
it's really an act of defiance. That's really basically what it is. When you really don't have something and you don't want anyone to know that you don't have anything, you come out defiantly and start, just flinging all over the place, trying to get people up off you. So basically they're saying that, we good, we still in the studio, we still in the high rise, we still in the Trump Towers, we still in his home, we still there, we're going to stay there till the end of the year, so we good, and mom and dad get up off of us because we good. That's obscuring the fact, camouflaging the fact that they're broke, they have no access to their money. The accountant went ghost and is probably never coming back. He's probably somewhere in hiding, making a deal with the federal government just so that their case is airtight, which is already airtight from what I hear. So the girls, they're good for now. But it's
probably paid through till the end of the year.
It is paid through till the end of the year. But the problem is their future is not tight. They're tight for today, but they're not tight tomorrow.
And I hope that we save all these videos so that when the money runs out, we can see what those videos are going to look like. We're going to go back to the videos and then, they're going to have all that deleted by then.
Yeah, exactly.
The best person to ever chase clout that I've seen so far is Scott, Chloe's ex. No, which one Kardashian is it? Kourtney's ex-husband, Scott, because now he has his mom producing a television show for him.
Well, Scott was a successful businessman before he even joined the reality show and started dating the Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian, the oldest daughter. So he was good already. So he got he got 3 kids with her. He was already a businessman, and he parlayed that amplified platform in order to basically make more money. So he's good. So he was already a businessman. He's a more successful businessman. And I don't blame him for clout chasing, because you might as well maximize that opportunity, because it's not going to come around anymore. Ain't nobody else going to put you on a reality show. So you might as well create your own and get your family involved. That way your family makes their own money, so they won't be in your pockets and in your mouth. Good. Hey, way to go, Scott.
Have you seen this new show on VH1 with the girls on the girls cruise? Little Kim, Chili, Maya, B. Simone, and Pretty V.
Is Chili hiding on the cruise? Because you remember a couple years ago they did that crowdfunding and raised about $500,000 or something to make a new album with her girl T-Boz. And what happened to that? What happened to the album?
Where's the money?
We know the money is gone. So what happened to the album? So I think Chili
is not hiding. And the comments were saying, like, did Chili think this was a Christian cruise? Because of the fact that she's saying she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. And they're like, who told her this was the church cruise?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she's always been anal.
She's sticking to her standards.
No, she's never deviated from that. We got to give her credit. She looks great. If you've ever seen her in person,
she looks phenomenal.
I mean, she's still got the 6-pack. She's in her mid-40s, and she looks fantastic. So we got to give her credit on that. And she's never been a smoker. She's never been a drinker. So she doesn't, and she eats healthy.
She's being true to self.
She's being true to self. So she's always been anal retentive, like a vacuum cleaner. So this hasn't changed.
Like a vacuum.
Yeah, like a vacuum cleaner. So
funny.
Yeah. So I think that, there's nothing changed about Chili. So
the show is good. Oh, it's entertaining. I mean, if I had a chance as one of the girls
on a cruise,
they're going to 3 tropical islands.
Oh my God.
I mean, and everything's paid for free, and the girls are all getting along. I notice how women will get along for a free trip. Now, let them all have to be paying for everything for Catfight City.
Yeah, exactly. So I ain't mad at them. I would love, I've gone on cruises for free. Thank you, Mr. Tom Joyner, for inviting me. I think it was 6 times.
Did you go on the last one or no?
No, I didn't go on the last one, but I've been on 6 Tom Joyner fantastic voyages or Tom Joyner cruises, and I had the time of my life on each one.
I see one story come out of it.
It's beautiful. Well, the stories will be forthcoming sometime in the near future, maybe in 2025. But in the meantime, no, I did a whole bunch of stories, and I had a great time on all those cruises. And so I thank you right now, Tom Joyner. Congratulations on your retirement at the end of the year.
Speaking of Eva Marcel. So Eva Marcel is joining the Ricky Smiley Morning Show with
Whoa.
Head Crack. I heard Gary with the T, Ricky Smiley, and who else? Oh, and Eva Marcel. I just heard the 3 of them. I did hear, rumor has it, that Head Crack is getting his own show. I did not hear about the fate of Portia, though, and DeBrat.
No, I don't. Well, if you hadn't heard about them, it ain't happening. Because this stuff is going down at the end of the year, so they would have to start planning it now.
And Eva's already on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show right now.
Right, exactly. So basically, that's going to be the crux of the crew. They probably add some more later. But congratulations, first of all, to Tom Joyner. You've been a legend, an advocate for the black community for the last 25 years.
For Clout.
You were the first. You were the pioneer. We salute and we bow to you. And then congratulations to Ricky Smiley, because he's a good guy. He has his idiosyncrasies. He has his nuances. But we love the boy because he does believe in the black community, and he is an advocate. He is an advocate for HBCUs. So thank you for taking the baton left by Tom Joyner and running with it. Much love on your move to Dallas, which is not Atlanta, but it's better than some other places. Dallas is a top-rate international city. So best of luck to both of y'all.
Now, Eva is moving to Houston, but the blogs are saying that she's moving her family to the ghetto, according to the Real Housewives of Atlanta show. She is actually getting a house in Adamsville.
Why?
I think it has to do with the mayor saying the gentrification process that's going on in Adamsville. I think that's what it has to do with.
Well,
because I can see no other reason that she would be doing that, but she probably knows she's going to hold on to that house. They're moving to Houston. She's going to let the equity grow. I know that her and her family are not just looking for a future in Mechanicsville. Was that what Adamsville is called?
well, I think it's a smart move.
It's supposed to blow up.
No, it's a smart move. It's going to be gentrified. They said, I read somewhere that Atlanta is the 4th most gentrified city in the country. So it's going to build an equity. They're going to make a lot of money off of it.
Terry, you can move to Adamsville.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well.
Forget Midtown. I think I'll set up something with Keisha Lance Bottoms.
And we
you
go out
could-
there and get in Adamsville and get a piece of that action because the property value is going to skyrocket
Right.
once it's completely gentrified.
Because we got to get you out of Morrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Marl. It's quiet. It's beautiful, but it's too far.
It'll never be regentrified.
No.
But it's nice out there.
Yeah, it's nice,
You
but
need
it's-
to be in the city and you
Yeah.
need to get that check.
Okay.
Terry would do anything for Clout, even if it means he has to move to Adamsville.
Yeah.
JoJo in these streets is going to be out there looking for Terry some property. So that's what you're going to see me and a qualified realtor do, looking for Terry a house. We're going to find something, and you're going to have to use your wildest imagination, and because it's going to be gutted out. And maybe I'll get Egypt Sherrod to remodel it
Oh, that's
on
right.
one of those shows. Like, I can really do this for Terry. You guys are joking, but I am serious about free Terry from Morrow. Free ASAP Rocky, free Terry from Morrow. And don't free me from Fairburn, because I just got free from Buckhead and that high rent.
I know,
Okay?
right?
So I am good.
Good.
Who do you know who'll do anything for Clout that you want us to talk about? Because we want to just discuss all these clout chasers out here, you know?
That's what's up. I mean, hey, let us know because there's a lot of them out in these streets.
Yeah, and next you're gonna have the opportunity to call in on this podcast. We're just getting warmed up, so we're like warming up with all these subjects, seeing which ones you guys are most receptive to. The thirst is real. Goes along with clout chasing, but we didn't want to just pour too much on you because we out here thirsty as all get out in these ATL streets today. It's 90 degrees, and Terry, we are out. Do you want to do the outro?
No, you go ahead and do it.
Okay, this is Terry. This is JoJo in these streets. Terry.Shropshire on Instagram. JoJo in D's, as in D's, streets, but the regular streets. Holler back. I am so sought after. You see my phone is ringing, so it's time to go. Peace to you.
Deuces.